Sorry, it took me a little bit to get this one started today, but this is the 420, started at 434 today. Don't mind me. But this is the Solana mainstream. We're going to go over the Solana coins that I've been investing into, holding, whatever, buying, selling, all of that good stuff. And guys, this is not financial advice. Any of these coins, if it's a good time for me to sell and take profits, it's totally up to me. It's totally up to my decision. But I definitely want to share with you guys the stuff that I see and the opportunities in the market that are available. So that's the main reason of doing this. Don't follow my trades, but take a look at the opportunities I see. All right, so we are going to, again, we're going to roll back to the 3 months so we can kind of take a look at Myro, where this was at and why I was talking about it before. So initially, we saw a nice little pump right here from where I made that first video. After that, a week later, we started seeing this going on right around here where it came down, but it was an increasing up. Now we have a nice little pump there. Bitcoin broke $50,000. Again, guys, I'm telling you, when Bitcoin starts to rise, you're going to start to see Solana, Ethereum, all these other coins start to rise, and these meme coins are going to follow suit. You can see this right here. We had this big pump. From what I'm seeing right here is this all-time high at 34 cents or 32 cents. It's going to be demolished. I don't think that you're going to have that for too much longer. I could see this crushing that just with the way things are kind of set up in the entire market. I could be completely wrong, but this is the way I'm packing my bags and the way I'm looking at it. All right, so taking a look back at this, the market cap is at 89,947,269. We have 31,255 holders on Myro. I just dropped, I don't even know if it's supposed to say, I don't know if it's released yet, but anyway, Drip House has a drop that I did with a little collab for the Doodle Devils. So take a look, check your wallet, see if you got one airdrop. But yeah, check that one out. Myro's doing pretty damn good. We had a nice little pump up here, broke that last high. Again, guys, higher lows. We're working our way back up to that 30% range, and hopefully we break through that and we get into another price discovery. But again, I called this back down here, guys. If you look at the video, it was like 3 or 4 cents. It was very, very low compared to the 30 cents or whatever. But now we've touched 12 cents. That would have been a 3x from that last call. I'm not telling you to follow these trades. I'm telling you to see the opportunities that I see and where I see them, why I see them, why I was able to, kind of notice like, hey, there's some points back here. This is bouncing off of. And I know we can't, chart meme coins. It's not possible on Solana, right? But anyway, that's where we're at. I like it. Myro's looking good. I'm still covering this coin, still going to be diving into this. I'm going to do an updated, closer deep dive into the community. You see what's been going on, sharing some kind of, posts and stuff like that for Myro so you guys can take a look. But they probably got a space on right now. Almost every time I have, these streams, I'm pretty sure that there's a space for Myro going on. But we are going to switch things over and take a look at used car, see where used car has gone, see if they've made any improvements, if they got their oil changed, if it's, maybe they got, a transmission failed on. I don't know what's going on, but it looks like we got some movement. We're going to zoom back out to the 3 months. Give me 1 second. I have to let this crazy dog out. Yeah, George will probably be back in like 5 seconds, but anyway. If you guys can hear that, I do apologize about that. But anyway, we did see this little bit of a dip down here. Not a little bit. It definitely came back down here and it bellied. But like I said, I wanted to see this kind of start to curve and start making a tick towards the upside. And that's kind of what we look like we got here. We came down, we bottomed out, we consolidated, we made a move towards the upside. So we broke that trend, or we started a new trend right here. If we can start getting up to these ranges where it was bouncing in this channel, this is going to be pretty good. We might find support here. It might bounce back down. It might, reject it. But if we can break through there and start to find support, if you look over here at this little candle, or at this point right here, it's the bottom of here. That's the top. We were not able to break through. So we bounced on here. We had a nice little cup. You have a handle. Let's see if we can get back to this leg right here and break through this little point. If we can get that, we'll probably start bouncing up around here and maybe make some of these highs again. But used cards, reliable. It's 6,513,257. Fully diluted market cap with 12,236 holders. Great coin. I still have some of this in my bag. I definitely am bullish on used car. We're going to switch things over and take a look at Whiff. Whiff is another one that I did one of the Doodle Devil mashups with. Check it out, guys. Check out your wallets. Go to Drip House, support the homies over there, doing amazing things and innovating things for the space as well. And let's see what we got here. All right, Whiff's chilling at 36 cents. So it's up from our bottom that we called a few weeks ago. Let's take a look back. And again, guys, remember this isn't fun. But we'll see. Take a look back here. And what I was seeing was we had this high, it came back down, touched again, and started diving back down. Since then, we have broken through and we've exceeded that high just barely, but it's finding support on that point. And that's what I like to see. I'm pretty bullish on that kind of thing. Let's see. Reading the message right now. It looks like the stream's a lot better than it was last time, so I'm happy about that. Let's keep this thing moving, guys. I'm pumped. I've had a lot of podcasts this week, and when I say week, since Valentine's Day, I started to back up. I recorded 4, only put 3 out because one of them, the audio got messed up. But anyway, going to be talking to other people, maybe get some people from some of these coins on there to talk about the communities, all that kind of stuff. If you got any suggestions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to take a look into that. But Whiff is chilling at 369,394,993 fully diluted market cap with 44,562 holders on here. Zoom in just a little bit here. We can take a look. See these bottoms right here where I've been saying this is bouncing up here. This is a good sign. But since our last bounce that I've talked about, we no longer need to take a look at them because we're working our way up and we've kind of broken through that area of resistance. And now it looks like right here might be our next support. If that's the case, I'm going to be pretty happy about that. But again, I'm not trying to say I'm like some kind of freaking wizard, guys, but like I can just see it's low here and it's been moving up. We know the stuff breathes. It has to take that little ride. You got to ride the roller coaster with these things. So if you get shaken out of your positions here, like just take a zoom out approach to this so you can see what you're looking at. Think about the big coins like Bitcoin. Like if you're worried about, there's a lot of different factors going on. You want to take profits, go ahead. I take profits all the time. I shave coins. I don't have a problem with it. And if anybody's saying, you shouldn't do that, well, then you should just pay my bills. Give me money, and then I won't. I'll just sit there and hold it for whatever. But I definitely am an advocate of taking profit. Some of the best traders that I've ever talked to and met and see them find success, they take tons of profit. They're very clear about it too. So I don't know why it's a stain on doing that. But Whiff, we all know that's got a lot of publicity. Every single person wanted to redo their PFD so they could have a Whiff thing. Even Ethereum's trying to get some of the excitement over there. Whatever the case is, as long as we're talking about Whiff, like founder without abs, which we'll get to, I'm happy. Whiff is definitely a good coin. I think. Look at the numbers here, guys. It can go down all the way to here, but we can have this nice run up for the 1, 2, 3, 4 days straight up. You had a little bit of a sell off. Not even a sell-off. You had a little bit of the breather, but rocket right back up. What do you think is going to happen here, guys? Let me know in the comments if you guys are holding a Whiff. You think it's going to the moon today, tomorrow, next week? What do you think? But we are going to move things over to Bonk. If you take a look at Bonk, that's the OG. And give me a second. I'm going to go get a drink real quick. All right, gang, look at Bonk. That looks pretty good. Broke out again, seeing some upside, finding nice support, nice trend up towards the top right of the chart. I like to see that. But we'll take a little bit of a zoom out. We'll see where this sold off a little bit and where people have been buying back in. I definitely got me some Bonk. It's one of those coins that it's like a no-brainer. It's one of those so obvious that you should probably get into it. And if you got into it late, find opportunities like where this thing dipped down here. Hella opportunity, especially from this insane run-up that we had. The market always gives opportunity, guys, and you don't have to go all in. You can put a little bit in here, a little bit in there. But if we go back, I'm going to keep referencing 3 months until it's next month, and then I'll do it again. We'll just keep rolling back and seeing this stuff here. But I mentioned we had this, this all-time high. We've come back down. Right around this area is right around where we started finding support here. We broke up to the upside, and it came back down again. find the spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing is just bouncing and bouncing. It's looking like it's ready to coil up and launch back up to the top. You can see the way that this is finding this consolidation marks. It's just accumulating, or people are accumulating. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't think it's late to get into the play like this. Like, you can. This is one thing I'll say. If you're trying to look at some of the recent buys, these are seconds, minutes ago, but go to the whales, go to the dolphins, and see where their buys are at. If you see a lot of buying or selling, well, that's that might not be the best case scenario here, because that doesn't work out. But you want to look at this stuff and start to see, like, all right. I mean, that does make sense. You see that little bit of sell off. So I guess if you were to change the increments, you can see the buying on here. However, people are taking profit. Nothing wrong with that. And I mean, if you don't think Bonk's going to perform, you might as well just say Solana's not going to perform, because I think it's insane. There's so much going on with Bonk. People are locking their Bonk up left and right. Every time there's one guy, every time he gets an airdrop, if he gets any Bonk for whatever reason, instantly locks it up. So that's definitely a strategy to put into play. I know that there's something like, if you did it for like 6 months or something, you get a multipliers. Look into it. Don't take that for financial advice. I barely know. I just put my stuff in a ledger, and if I can find some cool staking situations, or if I can take a little bit and provide liquidity for a future airdrop, that'd be great. But damn, look at this. Less than a minute ago. Boom, 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 boom. That's like 5, 6, 7, 8 grand. No, maybe 6 grand. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. You're seeing buys going here. Maybe they're watching the stream. Shout out to you guys if you are. Maybe not. I don't know. But Bonk's a good coin. I mean, you really don't have to talk too much about it. You don't have to fucking brag about it. So let's switch over and take a look at the Fat Cat Chonky. Chonky is a fat cat that won't go away. I didn't really care too much about this coin. I kind of called this. I said I feel like this is going to sell off. You can go look at my last stream. I don't care if you believe me or not. But I said, this kind of looks like it's going to go. I don't even – yeah. So we were seeing a downtrend with this, and I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't think it was going to hold. I thought it was going to do what used car, if I'm not mistaken, was kind of doing, like that slow sell-off, because we weren't ever finding another point to come back up. I'm not a strong believer in Chunky in the short term. A lot of people seem to like it. That's what got it on my radar. But looking at this, man, like, this has just been a constant sell-off from here to this point over here. I was thinking maybe if we could hold this, that would have been a little bit better. But the fact that we're selling off here, if we can stabilize and get some consolidation at this mark or in between these two, that might be a good thing to take into consideration. However, I know I sold off all my bag and I put it into Founder without ads because of this right here. I didn't like that trend down. And I mean, if you look at it from all the way back here, you had a couple blips where it came back up, a double top right there. It should have done something better, but the market, everything worked against us. And here we are. This is down here. Despite everything I'm saying, this could be a point where you might want to buy a bag. And let's say for me, this is a strategy I use, and I tell everybody how I do it. I'll pick a coin I like. For instance, Chonky. I'll say I've got whatever. Let's say 3 or 4 months, and we'll kind of see where we're at with this coin. I'm only going to put 100. I'm only going to put 1,000. I'm only going to put whatever you want to put on it, but divide that up into segments: 3, 4, 6. I don't know how you want to do it. It's your strategy. But what I do is, for shit coins, for meme coins, for these types of coins, I'm not going to go heavy in these. I'm going to put like $100 into these things, but not all at one time. I'll buy maybe 0.1 if I don't have a lot of time to watch the chart. Just something I want to get some skin in there. And then once I see an opportunity to buy in, or if it starts to take off, then I'll put maybe 0.3 in. I start to, average up in that sense, because as the momentum's going, if I see it in that direction, then I want some of that. I want to take some of that money with me off the table. So if it does dip back down, I can reestablish a better position over time. Some people can say it's wrong. Some people can say what they want to. But my point is, I'm not putting everything in at once. I'm getting a little bit, just getting a little skin in the game. Find a position, find your entry, and then find your exits and figure out how you want to play that. For me, again, I'm using Cyberfrog's 3-month lockup period for their contract with Thor, the automated trading. I'm using that kind of as a reference and a guide to watch these and these charts and see how they perform. Because if you look at this 3 months ago, there were so many opportunities. So I'm basically stating from these lows of this sell-off 3 months from here, you might be able to see new all-time highs, or you might be able to establish a position to, if you get close to those all-time highs, to at least find a point to start, peeling back, taking some of that profit off of the table. But yeah, that's the chunky. We have 5,352,000 or what's it called for the market cap, and 22,151 holders. There's a lot of bag holders in here, guys. I'm just going to say that right now. 5 million with 22,000. I know there's a lot of belief in it, and that's probably why you see that. But I am not one of them. I'm not going to lie to you. This is not going to happen. Now, GME, on the other hand, I've got some GME. It's just because I came from that era with AMC, GME, and what was the other one? No, it was a bunch of other coins. But yeah, that's why I kind of Doge. That's what it was. It was kind of popping off. It got me looking at the crypto side of things. But GME, just the fact that they got the community around them, they got the name, everything that happened in the past, and it's the apes versus suits kind of mentality. I like it. I do see, this as a good point where they found resistance from this top right here. It looks like they bounced off it right here. So you had this kind of working its way up. I was hoping that we would continue this trend. We got a sell off. We ended up getting a nice W right there, but this one doesn't look like it's in a bullish situation. And unfortunately, it did work to the upside, but it came right back down and it gave all those profits back. So we sold off. We found a nice point right here where we're going to call this a reversal, and we have a W, and it continued to work its way up. Now we've got ourselves a nice little pattern, and we can see how this turns out. Where do I think this is going to go from here? Well, what I like to do is see, all right, what are the kind of points at the tops, the bottoms, where is this kind of ranging, and look back here to find some similar points. So right around here seems to be a nice little area where it's been finding support. And I'm not going to get too technical with you guys. Just look at the bottom. Look at where it hit. Didn't get there, but it definitely came back or down through that here. Had a little bit of an argument and sold off, came back up, bottom out there, touched, and came back up again. So I just like this spot. I like that area. That looks like 0.004 is a good support or resistance mark, depending on how you look at it. So if we can come back down here and touch that and keep going up, or if we can continue trending up, just like we were watching with WIF, that's definitely a bullish indicator. But again, I mean, look at the all-time highs. Look at the trading that's been done on this. If you're looking for a position, this might be a point to start, testing the waters. You have a market cap of 27,763,720 and a total holder count of 19,081. So again, these aren't as bad as chunky. I mean, think about that, guys. I think we had like 22,000 with 5 million. You have 27 million with 19,000. Do the numbers there. That the chunky one, I don't know. Let's see how that goes. Block, I don't know how Block's doing. I don't think I have any Block. I think it's sold off pretty heavy, despite the efforts. They might have. It looks like they had a little bit of a pump, but we'll see what this looks like. Yikes. Not what I want to see here. All right. And I definitely am out of this play. I do not own anything from this one. I want to take a look, but I'm probably going to be taking this one off. I don't know. I mean, this might even be one of those, because it's not going any further down from the. I mean, it is slightly whatevering that down. But for the most part, this is pretty flat. So you could see this kind of bounce from here. Maybe this is their cup. Maybe this is a point where it's reversing a little bit right here. I'm not convinced. I want to see this come up in this area. I want to see that dance up there and kind of touch those spots before I'm even going to consider it. I don't know. Maybe I'll put all right. So for instance, where I'm not really sure what I want to do, I'm going to look at the Twitter. I'm going to look at the community. I'm going to check out some spaces. I'm going to see if they're doing anything to bring the community around. I know that the other holders and everything are doing what they're doing to try to get excitement in there. I know, one of those dudes went out and recorded, an interview with the lady that owned the Blockbuster or worked there, whatever the hell the case was. But unfortunately, that wasn't enough to send this to Valhalla. But it was cool. I mean, the thing is, cool stuff doesn't always work for the market. Yes, like this situation. But the fact, like I said, this is, I don't know, kind of channeling across the bottom there. It's not dipping too much. That one little dip that we kind of see here, doesn't show me a lot of bullish sentiment at all. So yeah, this isn't something I'm looking to really do much with. It's just not exciting, kind of boring. Shitcoins you want to see, go down all the way, go all the way up. This right here is just trickling off to nothingness. And I mean, God, if you were holding from here expecting this to reverse, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Blockbuster lost its gas. Maybe they're going to come back with another rental agreement and some good treats to take out. Who knows? But it's not looking too hot. I mean, but again, this is the time where if you got money you don't care about losing, you can throw it in here on a gamble. Throw $100 in here and see if it does anything. I don't know. This is one of those situations where you're going to have to play this one. But I think your money is better served in some other positions where it's actually making some movements and has a little bit more volume and stuff like that. But we are going to move down, take a look at our boy Wen real quick, see what's good with this coin. Again, another coin that's from the Jupiter Launchpad. I heard some rumblings. I heard some stuff about the Launchpad with meme coins. I cannot confirm or, I can't even deny it because I don't know it to be true. But I did hear some things being talked about regarding it as a Launchpad. Wow, I do like this chart. So this is what you would like to see with Blockbuster. Will we? Probably not, because Blockbuster isn't going to be a win. Ain't going to happen at all. But we see this little down area right here where we find some consolidation. You can call it, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. You can call it ranging, but it filled this cup here. Got a little bit of a handle. You see that right there? Boom, came back up here. If you want to look at it that way, whichever you want to look at this. I mean, hold on, let me get that chart back up. What's going on? However you look at this, I mean, we bottomed. We found our bottom here. It was in, and then straight on up. The bag that I have is from the original airdrop. I sold majority of it in this area-ish because I definitely wanted to take some off. I wasn't sure what they were going to do, and I was kind of thinking to put it into Jupiter. But I don't know. Jupiter's a good coin if you got the money to put on it. But I think that there's another play that I've been more bullish on, and I'm going to share that with you guys last. But take a look at this here, guys. We see the belly. We see this come all the way up here. Broke this here. I think we have a new all-time high with that. So are we going to break the new all-time high with Wen and get in price discovery? Good chance. Very good chance. But we'll see how it plays out. Not financial advice, but take a look at this, guys. This is not a bad movement right here. And again, see this point right here? This is where it could not break through, but this is where it bounced off of as support and resistance. It's the easiest example of it. You have something that goes up here, resists, breaks through, support. Now you just want to make sure that this finds support, but higher lows is bullish, like this, higher lows, all the way up. But Wen has 79,607,239 fully diluted market cap with 248,361 holders. Beast of a coin. I don't think this is one you guys want to fade. I'm definitely not, but I'm not as bullish on this as I am some of the other ones. This is definitely a guaranteed hold. I want to see this when Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana are absolutely cooking, because I mean they're getting started, but imagine these things cooking. You're really going to see some increase in these market caps, guys, and that's what you really want to watch. That's one of the things that kind of are the big tell. You can see the price action, but when the market cap starts to get to certain points, people don't like to see them go down certain areas, and then other people feel more confident when they have liquidity in these kinds of coins where they can put larger sums of money. So it's something to take into consideration, but Wen's looking like a good-ass coin, man. Like, I could see this be one of the good performers of 2024, especially with what's going on with Jupiter, what's going on with Solana, what's going on with the entire ecosystem. Everybody knows about Wen. It's got a cute cat. Why not? Let's go with it. All right, well, we are going to switch gears up, take a look at Jupe. And Jupe was awesome, man. Like, the Jupe drop was such a big, fun day for so many different people. Like, I remember being on the space with Fast Eddie when he got a custom RPC or something sent, and like every other space people were saying, we can't get their allocations, can't get the claim, and he sent the link, and like instantly everybody was like, do, just getting it. And I remember each claim like a couple thousand. I was like, holy shit. Like it's this easy. This is stupid money, but hey, that's dumb money, baby. Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it, because you can't make it like that at work. It depends on what you do for work. But either way, Let's take a look at Jupe. Let's rewind the clock a little bit and see the launch here. There's been a lot of controversy on this coin, a lot of bickering, a lot of back and forth where they think it's going to go. I think it's going to perform just fine. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it. I don't even think taking profits initially was a bad idea. I mean, look at the chart. That's obviously, the case that, hey, if you sold instantly, and one of the strategies that I posted was instantly sell a chunk of it and then allocate 50% of that to the other side, like to a couple different things. So I went 50% from the original allocation would go into a couple other solid coins, some into Sol, some into USDC, and then there was 50% of one of those were going straight into meme coins. And that's what I've been doing with this. I started at like, I don't know, close to maybe $200 or something like that. And I forget what the wallet's at now. I maybe should just update all of that stuff with these coins so you guys can see it. But either way, this is more fun. Where is that? We're at 51 cents. There's been people hoping and praying when it was down here that it was going to go in this area because they got a lot of orders in this area. I don't think they're going to get filled. I don't know if you go back down past this unless there's like a dramatic crash. Like I just don't think this is going to fail like that. It's Jupiter. Like that team is not going to put themselves in a position to like have these coins not perform well. I don't see it. I see these not as, I guess, not necessarily as meme coins or like, actual coins like Pit. Oh, I didn't mean to click it, but it's going to switch screens up. Let's go back to Jupiter. I want to take a look at the market cap. I want to take a look at the holder account. Sheesh. Let's look at this real quick. 5,120. Ooh, the change. $5,117,704,374 for the fully diluted market cap here. We have 290,000 hold or 290,000 holders. Wow, that's a nice number. I mean, what's the first coin that we're going to see on Solana at like 1 million holders? That would be pretty freaking insane. But let's take a little look back at the 3 months here. No, we just did that with you. I wanted to pull this up. By like the 5th and 6th corner, we start to just get all mushed up. And now this wants to go slow. Get out of here. This is what happens when you have dollar store internet. And I'm kidding. Every time I stream, this thing is just so like laggy. It's insane. All right, cool. What do we think is going to happen with Jupe? Well, I like this movement right here. This is pretty good. That really doesn't bother me when you have things like this kind of popping off. And I guess the chart is going to change on itself when I'm kind of breaking it down. So I want to see this kind of get to this hump here. I want to see it fill this gap. I want to see it continuously moving up there. Is it going to initially? I don't know. But again, I'm going to be riding the coattails of these bigger coins and these bigger movements and stuff like that. Get some of your get skin in the game. If like you're wondering this, get your gut kind of saying that you believe in it. I mean, if you're listening to other people tell you, you'll believe anything. But you got to look at this. You got to kind of watch this thing. Taking my advice just because I came in here and started talking about it, you're absolutely crazy. But I am going to show you the things I see. So this movement down here, when it sold off, it came down here. You've been seeing these little bottoms. Now we broke to the upside up here after this initial run. It's broken past this, and we found support right here. All right, so this is going to be a key area because even this little guy right there is at the same levels. So if we can maintain either increasing up this way or kind of bounce in that direction, that's going to be great. But the main thing is, if you're looking for entries, if you're looking for averaging 50 cents roughly, if you see it in that area, I mean, that might be just a key point for me to, grab a little bit more just because I see so much activity at that 50-cent mark. And there's not a lot of points where people allowed it to dip past that. We did see these lower 40 range, but that wasn't for a long time at all. It just kind of showed up, but that was it. But yeah, that's Jupe. We're bullish. Let's take a look at Pith. I know Pith has made some moves. It's been up and down. I mean, it's another coin that people weren't really sure what they wanted to do with. I know that they got some kind of airdrop situation set up if you're staking for it as well. Mad Labs are talking about that. But if you guys don't know, I got Pythia. It's the one-of-one Mad Lad, the last that was made in honor and in commemorations for the Pythia situation, the drop and all of that. And for me, that was when our Mad Lads, I'm pretty sure, crossed 20K. for the first time. It's also a point of the market where I just saw all of this bullish sentiment and momentum kind of switch in a good direction. So I wanted to kind of commemorate all of that by getting that 101 tattoo. I do not own that NFT. I don't know who has it. I just thought it was really cool. It was one of the prettiest out of all of the lasses, in my opinion. And just because it was the 101 and a very special moment for what I think in Solana, that you look back on it, yeah, like that's one of those keynotes. Like, yep, that was a good day. Some crazy shit happened around that time. Let's talk about it. But no, that's why I got it, and no, it came out amazing. It's healing up great, and looking forward to getting with Steve first month of February or no March to get another tattoo. But what are we looking at with Pith? What are we hoping to see here? You guys can probably guess what I'm going to talk about, right? Got a little bit of a cup and handle situation kind of forming. Right off of this sell-off here. I mean, you guys realize a lot of these coins kind of had this sell-off. You don't think that that's related to anything, do you? Think about it. Maybe it's some of the same people, same groups of people that have these coins that are selling off in these areas and stuff like that. But start paying attention to that. When you see a big sell-off like that, don't be like, oh, I got to sell my bag. Maybe, take your profits if you got a chance. But if you're trying to catch that falling knife, you're going to get hurt and you're going to be pissed because it never came back up. So that's why if your gut's telling you to take a screenshot, you can sell every single coin you got. If something insane happens on an exchange and like everything goes to the moon, start taking profit, guys. Like if you're in a group where they're like, oh, I don't know about you, took profit, that's probably not your group. That's weird. Like everybody's in here, don't kill the chart. Taper off. So what do I mean by taper off? What do I mean by shave? So if you have your holdings, you're not adding to it, you're just looking for it to get to a certain point, and instead of just dumping the whole thing, which is gonna probably lead to a cascading effect, kind of like this situation right here where it just starts to fall like a free fall. What you can do is if you're using BunkBot, you can do sell a certain percentage and just sell it off casually, like boom, hit that, sell a little bit, take profit. For me, I start to look at one of the ways is like if I see I'm at 100%, every time it goes to like, or if I'm at a certain profit margin, every time it continues to rise, I might just sell a chunk of it, and so it goes back to that same profit amount. And it doesn't matter the amount of coins; I'm just keeping that same profit amount while the chart's moving up with that momentum. Once it starts to sell off, or once it starts to change the direction, that's when I might start to consider: am I going to hold long term? Am I going to add to this? Am I just going to chill, let this thing kind of hang out, go to sleep on it, and see what happens? But that's kind of my play with that. You guys do what you need to. There's a million different ways to trade these things, but the main way is buy low, sell high. That's it. So yeah, Pith I think is going to be coming back up in the 60-cent range. I think it gets $1 in 2024, which makes sense. It doesn't make sense not to. I don't know why it wouldn't. I don't know what's going on with Drip House Drip House and Pith, but I saw their little post the other day, so I'm paying attention to that. All right, so let's take a look at Founder without abs. This is the coin that Dean launched. He is the founder and the dev of Doodle Devils. This is Founder without abs. Now, the whole premise in this coin, guys, there was Founder with abs. There was a group of 15 or so people, I guess in Dubai or something like that. I don't know exactly where they were. He posted about it. But they were talking about not being able to run a coin or launch a coin, yada, yada, yada. There was all of this bullcrap. And he just kind of took it upon himself to see on a lunch break if he could create a coin, if he could manage a coin, and actually launch this, like himself by himself with not much, just bootstrapping it. And he successfully did. It hit close to 100,000 market, or no, excuse me, 1,000,000. I think it was at 800 and some thousand before it started to, sell off. Not sell off, but kind of, I guess you gotta say it sell off a little bit, but nothing crazy. Like I've seen worse. But the point is, this is the beginning of a coin. You see these first pumps. Mostly all those coins that we were looking at, like where I said, you see all the way back here 3 months ago where this was just a little blip. Well, I don't know how much I can kind of talk about or how much I do know for sure, but I know Dean said he's been talking to people and working with this coin, and the fact that he keeps saying like he's just really busy, really focused on this. The dev is not putting this thing on the wayside. He's still chilling and connecting the dots here and making this thing happen. But we saw this amazing run up here, absolutely incredible, and then we saw the sell up here. I started to take profits in this area, definitely bought back in this area, and now I'm just kind of back on a little bit, adding to there. getting my average down because I think this has more legs. I don't. I think his abs are showing, and I think that more people need to buy without abs, so you can fatten him up and get the belly bigger. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I do think that this is going to have another run. I think that this is far from over. You have 226 holders on this coin. You only have a market cap of 166,527. So this is probably going to be your, I don't know if you could say your riskiest, just because there's some goats behind the team. But this is going to be the easiest one to take a look at. Not a lot of holders. You're probably earlier than you'd ever be on any of these other coins. Market caps, pretty low, but from what it started at and the idea and the premise around it, it's doing pretty good. I mean, it's not too shabby. But we'll see how this continues to play out. This is Founders Without Abs. This is the coin that Dean launched. We're going to talk with him more about these coins, what he's been doing, and why. Because one of the main things is he's such a self-starter and kind of person that teaches himself. That's what the ethos, I guess, is kind of with Doodle Devils. There's a lot of opportunity to be there. I got hooked up with him to be the marketing manager by just applying as an internship because I wanted to learn some shit and grow with him because of the community, because of what they've done. And he didn't plan this, guys. Like, this is because of the, seeing the rug. He was kind of annoyed, I guess, and wanted to prove a point. And there's a lot of people that are backing him on there. I mean, can you see these candles? These are crazy. Like, these are the holders that are sticking around. I don't have what I started with. I took some profit, but I have definitely been reestablished my position. I will be putting more than $100 into this coin. Just gonna say that. Probably already have now. I did. I am over $100 in this coin. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what the numbers at with it, but Founder Without Abs is going to probably be a coin to take, keep your eyes on. We'll see what happens. This is another one you're going to see in the drip off of Drip House with Doodle Devils. So check that out. Check your wallets. Let me know if you got it. And last but not least, I'm going to be talking about Jupiter Perps Liquidity Pool. It's the coin that basically funds their perps. I've talked about this on February 8th. Because I thought I saw something that no one was freaking talking about. Didn't make any damn sense to me. Everybody wants a chart to go up, right? Well, let's just look at this here. You guys see that? Like, that's the best looking chart you're going to find on Solana. I mean, unless you want just a straight rocket, but this isn't coming down. That's the thing. This is like, it reminds me of like looking at the stock exchange where you have these like bonds and stuff like that. Just over time, they might have a dip here and there, but they're just a straight line, like the S&P and stuff like that, guys. Like, zoom out. Let's say in December you put $1,000 in. Your $1,000 has continued to make more money and grow just off of people betting that they can kind of time the market, and most people are not right. So the more money gets put into these things, right? And if you take a closer look at this, what's inside of the JLP, there is, I think it's all of the best crypto coins kind of making this coin up. If I'm not mistaken, I made a post about it. I'm gonna do a whole video on JLP. You guys check that one out. That's what I'm doing tonight. And I got a ton of other things, but I'll put this one on the list as why we're talking about JLP. Mainly because I saw some other people talking about it, and I was like, "You're goddamn right, this coin is good." Look at it. I mean, in 3 months, you went from $1.30 some all the way up to $2.10. Not a bad run up. Will this come down? Maybe. I'm not a freaking fortune teller, but I can tell you from a historical views on here, this is not a bad coin to DCA in. Like, I would be comfortable with putting money in every single week, almost guaranteed, or find one day a month that you want to put into this and like save up all the way till that day and then drop it if it's a good point. I mean, even if you bought the top of any of these coins, like, you still aren't doing terrible. You might be down a smidge here, but all of these stops, everybody could say, "Oh, you're an idiot." Well, you're not here, so give it time. Let it do its thing, and let these market caps, these bigger coins go. We just saw like the buys in here are for hundreds and well, a couple of these on the 20s and 50s. The last couple were just solid coins. So definitely take a look at JLP, guys. I don't want you to fade this one. This one might be the best coin that I've seen on Solana. I don't care. You just don't see this kind of stuff. But let's take a look at the fully diluted market cap. We have 157,373 and, or excuse me, 157,373,759 with 30,000 holders, roughly 30,345, whatever. Um, I like it. I like the coin. I might even go buy some more after I get off the stream and see where we are at. I am going to go tune into some of the spaces and see what's cooking and go from there, guys. But I want to thank you for being part of the Solana meme stream. We're going to bring this to you hopefully at 4:20. Got a little bit of a late start today because just doing so much, and it happens. But we'll get there. We'll get this thing down, and keep showing up. I want to thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on what do we have next? Sunday, 8:10 Eastern Standard Time, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have our space. We're going to be Solana chilling. I'll see you guys there. Take care of yourselves. Be safe and take profit, man.